Hello, great people. US President-elect Donald Trump has vowed to derecognize transgender when he sworn into office in January 2025. In fact, Trump called transgender lunacy. He also said that his government is going to recognize two genders, which is male and female. In a moment, I'll be leaving you to hear from Trump. And when we come back from the video of Trump where he made that particular pronouncement, we'll be looking at the politics behind it, the implication of it on the government of Donald Trump, and also the dynamics that this is likely to play out on African soil and of course on the home soil, Nigeria. We'll be looking at this and a whole lot more on this episode of Politics. If you are yet to subscribe, do well to subscribe to this channel. First, let's hear from US President-elect Donald Trump before we come back for more discussion. Let's hear from him.
To your family, beautiful wife. With the stroke of my pen on day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy. And I will sign executive orders to end child sexual mutilation, get transgender out of the military and out of our elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. And we will keep men out of women's sports. And that will likewise be done on day one. Should I do day one, day two, or day three? How about day one, right? Under the Trump administration, it will be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
There you have it. That's US President-elect Donald Trump. He said transgender lunacy. That means that transgender madness. Let us look at it carefully. Is transgender really lunacy in a free world like the United States, whereby they believe that human beings should be able to live their life the way they want? Now, almost every human being, or majority of human beings, whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, whether you are Hindus, whether you are Buddhist, regardless of your religion, majority across the world believes that there is God, right? That God is the supreme being and God is the most wise one, right? So if you believe there is God and you believe that God is wise and God has created you either as a man or a woman, male or female, masculine or feminine, and you decide that you want to kind of like switch to the other gender. In other words, if you are a man, you want to become a woman. If you are a woman, you want to become a man. In the true sense of it, is that not lunacy? In the true sense of lunacy. So I think I agree with Trump that it is lunacy. Now, in a moment, I'll be linking this to the presidency of Obama, which is very important. But do you see this transgender something spikes homosexuality? So if Trump is able to curb transgender, then that means that homosexuality will reduce in the United States. Now, let us go to the Obama presidency. Obama, an African with supposedly high morals, promoted homosexuality. Obama, you know that Africans usually have this high moral. We are trained, to on high moral grounds. It is in Africa that you will see that they will say that in some culture and also in some religion that a female cannot wear trousers. That don't wear trousers and all that. The Africans have this high moral value. You cannot stand to greet your elders, especially in Yoruba land. You have to fall like a mango tree. So Obama, that is from the African side, and if you look at each African country, they have that strong values, that strong culture that varies from that of the Western world. In terms of culture, you cannot compare Africa to the West, just as you cannot compare Africa to the West in terms of technology. You cannot compare Nigeria to US, to Canada, to Germany, Belgium, in terms of technological advancement. Now, flip the coin. Same, you cannot compare Africa to US, all this UK in terms of high morals. Because there, over there, you will call a 90-year-old man, you will call him by name. If the 90-year-old man is named Trump, you call him Trump. If you see Trump now, you say, "Hi, Trump," and he will attend to you. He doesn't feel insulted. But in Africa, you want to go and call, you must, especially in Nigeria, you must write Chief, Apostle, Prophet, Trump, Donald Trump. Then you add JP, or you add Esquire, or Nigerians are very funny when it comes to titles. So in terms of morals, Obama of African descent with supposedly high moral promoted homosexuality. I've spoken at length about how the Obama presidency had an impact on the Jonathan presidency and how they influenced the loss of Goodluck Jonathan. So if you are a politician and you are not regular, then you need to go and catch up with my past videos. And that's why I always tell you, please turn on your notification button so that you can follow up on this topic, so that when I have a related topic, I don't need to start explaining what I've explained before. So Obama, as an African, promoted homosexuality. You will recall that was one of the things that made the Obama presidency to move against the presidency of Goodluck Jonathan, based on the 14-year jail term for homosexuals. Now, Trump, a pure white, is gradually moving against transgender and homosexuality. Look at it. Trump, that is a pure white, that this thing emanated from the whites, These are some of the things that, the white embrace, and they want to kind of like force it on the rest of the world, just as they believe that democracy is the best form of government, and if you're a country and you are not practicing democracy, you are not good enough. So more so, all these gay, lesbian, and all these things, the US under Obama tried to, entrench it on Africa. So when they tried to entrench it on Africa, the Jonathan presidency resisted it. Now, Trump, that is a white man, is moving against it. One thing we need to look at is, did Obama, based on the foundation that I just laid, did he act to gain white support like Kemi Badnoch? Let us strike a link here, because Obama, that is of Kenyan origin, is promoting homosexuality when he was president. Now, Kemi Badnoch of Nigerian origin has been allegedly denigrating Nigeria. He has tried to be, she has been trying to be pro-white as much as possible than to be Pan-African. So is it that this thing is a strategy by Obama and Kemi Badnoch to, win the support of the whites? Could that be the case? Because it is Obama that is of African origin, based on our value, that is supposed to move against homosexuality. Now, the LGBTQ community will definitely move against Trump and possibly sue him, because in America, they cherish freedom, right of abortion, right to own gun. There are a lot of rights that, we may not have in a country like Nigeria in the next 50 years. So the LGBTQ community may eventually sue Trump. But you know what? Trump doesn't have anything to lose anyway. He's not seeking re-election again. He's doing his second and final term. So this administration of Trump that is incoming will be very brutal, will be very ruthless, because he's not seeking second term. So he will just go all out to do what he wants to do, the way he wishes to do it, and that is it. Now, Trump, during the first term, was a performing president. It was COVID that messed him up. And Americans love him. But it was so unfortunate that COVID came at a time that it was close to the election, and Trump handling of the COVID-19 pandemic was below average. And that is why Trump lost the election. Ordinarily, Biden is not supposed to win. But now that he's coming for the LGBTQ, maybe this will reduce his support base. Only the future can tell. And we'll find out what will eventually happen in the next few months. What I just want Trump to do is that, please, his policy on migration is what concerns me the most, because there are a lot of Nigerians in the US, and Trump has vowed to carry out migration, the largest deportation in the history of United States. Please, Donald Trump, kindly temper justice with mercy, because if they deport you as a Nigerian, where do you want to come back to? Tinubu economy? Hey, when you left Nigeria, Nigeria was like a mini paradise then in terms of the cost of goods and services. Now you don't even want to try, you don't want to come close at all, because the price of goods and service is not smiling. And where are the opportunities? Which work do you want to do? The electricity is not constant, your security is not guaranteed. So, and this is not only the failure of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's failure of successive government. Because if the past government have been setting a strong standard, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he's coming in, cannot deviate from that standard. In fact, Nigerians would have been used to that high standard that Bola Ahmed Tinubu dare not deviate from that standard. But then, because the standard that Bola Ahmed Tinubu met is 0 or even -0, so he himself has been hammering on policy that he wants to turn things around, although there has been no more change. But we hope for change. But the presidency of Donald Trump is on the right track. Man cannot take the place of God, and God is the most wise. Should I say human being? Right? No, God is not a human being, but God is in all the universe. Now, God wise pass. Right? So I support Trump about banning transgender. If you're a man, remain a man. If you're a woman, remain a woman. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politics with Dr. Omoshola. This Dr. is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we relax to analyze politics and happenings in the polity. Do you want to subscribe? Turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos, and of course, I have great, interesting videos coming your way. Till I see you in my next video, always remember that I love you all sincerely.